IELTS Speaking Part 2 Judicial National Examination. Well, I would like to tell you about a time that my sibling passed the Judicial National Examination last year. I'm very proud of her as it's one of the most difficult qualification examination and the pass rate is only 10% every year. Therefore, to pass the exam, candidates need to read tons of law book and memorize countless legal clauses. But she didn't fear and was very committed about the exam. She spent half of a year to prepare for it. During those 6 months, she studied law day in and day out. After finishing the exam, she waited about 2 months to get the result. Fortunately, it turned out that she passed the exam by a lot. At that time, I was by her side, checking the result. I was glad, over the moon and burnt into tears seeing the result. Finally my sister was qualified to be a lawyer. Actually, our whole family are very proud of her. We were glad that all her efforts pay off. Well, I would like to tell you on special occasion that our family waited for the result of judicial national examination of my sister, as it's one of the most difficult qualification examination and the pass rate is only 10% every year. Therefore, to pass the exam, candidates need to read tons of law book and memorize countless legal clauses. But my sister didn't fear and was very committed about the exam. She spent half of the year to prepare for it. During those 6 months, she studied law day in and day out. After she finished the exam, she wasted about 2 months to get the result. It's one of the most difficult and anxious time of her life I ever seen. Fortunately, it turned out that she passed the exam and by a lot. At that time, I was by her side, checking the result. I was glad, over the moon, and burned into tears seeing the result. Finally, my sister was qualified to be a lawyer. Actually, our whole family are very proud of her. We were glad that all her efforts paid off. Okay, let me tell you about an occasion when I was setting up a joyful party. It was a years ago on a very special occasion when my younger sister passed the judicial national examination. Our whole family was very proud of her as it's one of the most difficult qualification examination and the pass rate is only about 10% every year. Therefore, to pass the exam, candidate needs to read tons of law books and study day in and day out. Anyway, fortunately, she passed the exam and by a lot and qualified to be a lawyer. Last year, due to coronavirus pandemic, our country was in the state of lockdown. Almost restaurant was closed, so we decided to celebrate her a big dinner at our small backyard. To prepare for it, my mom and my aunts cooked so many delicious foods, while my father, my uncle, and me brought party materials, painting and decorating the stage. It took us almost whole afternoon to prepare for it. I felt exhausted and out of energy, but my heart was full of joy because it was a big dinner gathering all our relatives to celebrate and congratulate my sister for one of the most important milestones of her life. Well, I would like to tell you a selfie captured by my new iPhone X last year on a very special dinner. Last year, to celebrate and congratulate my sister qualified to be a lawyer, Our whole family was very large and proud of her. And you might not know that to become a lawyer, candidates need to pass the judicial national examination, which is one of the most difficult qualifications, with the pass rate is only 10% every year. Apart from that, candidates need to read tons of law books, memorize countless legal clauses. Anyway, due to coronavirus pandemic, our country was in a state of lockdown, so we celebrate at home. To prepare a big delicious dinner, my aunt and my mom prepare food. My uncle, my father, and me prepare buying party materials, painting, and decorating the stage. That time we were starting to enjoy the meal. My father suggests we should click a selfie together and keep it a memory of that day. I had a selfie stick so many people can include in that pic. There are 15 of us included in that pic, including me. We are all smiling and look very happy. This photograph is so nice that I have displayed it as my laptop background. Whenever I open my laptop, the memories of that day come alive in my mind. This photograph brings a smile on my face every time I see it. Well, I would like to talk about the gift that I get from my bosom friend, mine on her very special occasion. Last year, after my best friend finished her exam and got the result of the judicial national examination and by a lot, and qualified to be a lawyer. You know, it's one of the most difficult qualification examination, with the pass rate is only 10% every year. So she was very committed and studied day in and day out, more than half of a year, and turned out almost stressed out and exhausted. Me and other friends who are usually hang out together for a long time discussed and decided to celebrate her a party to congratulate her and make her a big surprise. On that special occasion, I bought a book as mine is really a bookworm. So it could be the best choice. The book guides people practicing meditation at home. You know, mine is an impatient and disciplined person. As a result, she's quite easy to get stressed and lack of sleep. So I hope with the help of books could help her handle stress and concentration, then better sleep at night. Well, I would like to tell you an interesting book I read last year during social distancing time. To be honest, I'm not a bookworm, and my favorite types of books are comics or novel. The book I'm gonna tell you is Law School, about a law university student. In the past, she was just an ordinary student, or even many people around her thought that she even couldn't pass the university entrance exam. One day, her father was dead in a construction accident, but the company refused responsibility and compensated her family a few money. Then she decided to study day in and day out to enter law school to help the poor just like her family. You know, to pass the judicial national examination with the pass rate is only 10%. She had to read tons of law books, memorize countless legal clauses, but she didn't fail and was very committed. Fortunately, she passed the exam and by a lot. When I read at that slide, I was over the moon and burned into tears for her that all her effort had paid off. This book was really motivated me to study hard to pass the IELTS exam. So then I could realize my dream of study abroad for my further education. Describe an item of clothing that someone gave you. Last year on my birthday, I received a parcel without a sender name. I was excited to open it. Once I opened it, there was a set of t-shirts of Armani brand. The t-shirts were in different colors, white, blue, and gray. The t-shirt was of premium fabric. It was very pleasing to wear this top brand, but I was confused as who sent me this gift. In the evening, I got a call from my friend who lived abroad. She wished me and asked me how were the t-shirts. I was shocked and realized that she had sent me this gift for my birthday. She knew that I was very fond of wearing t-shirts. That's why she sent me this t-shirt. I asked him, why did you send me such an expensive t-shirt? She told me in a funny way that now I earn in dollars, not in Vietnam dong. We laughed a lot and remember the old days we spent in schools. So it was an item of clothing that someone gave me.